The night was heavy with the sound of distant sirens, and I could taste the bitterness of the world as I walked through streets painted with fear. People move fast, heads down, hearts colder than the shadows stretching across the pavement. I felt the weight of everything we had lost pressing against my chest, and for a moment I wondered if love had forgotten us. But somewhere beneath the noise, beneath the trembling sky, I heard a rhythm that refused to die. It was soft, steady, almost hidden, like a heartbeat buried under rubble. And it kept whispering the same three words again and again: love instead of war. I stopped and listened more closely, letting the echo rise inside me. Memories came flooding back, memories of voices laughing, of hands held tight, of songs we used to sing when life felt simple. Those memories glow like sparks in the dark. I realized they were not gone, they were waiting, waiting to be awakened. The rhythm grew stronger, a reggae pulse that seemed to push against the chaos surrounding me. And with every beat it repeated the mantra: love instead of war, love instead of war. As if the whole world needed to hear it right now. Smoke lingered in the air as I walked further, past homes that stood silent like wounded giants. Yet in that silence I felt a strange strength rising. Something in me refused to accept that this was all life had to offer. I imagined what the world could be if one voice dared to rise above the noise, if one spark dared to become a flame. I felt that fire stirring inside me, warming the cold places in my chest. And again the words returned louder this time, echoing from my soul outward: love instead of war. A phrase simple enough to sing, but strong enough to shake the ground beneath us. I saw people watching me as I passed, their eyes tired, their hope buried deep. And I wished I could place the rhythm in their hands so they could feel what I felt, that quiet but unstoppable force. I knew that peace does not arrive with lightning. It begins as a whisper, as a decision, as a heartbeat refusing to break. So I kept walking, letting every step fall in time with the pulse, letting a phrase repeat inside my mind until it became more than words. It became a calling to rise above the fire without becoming fire ourselves. Love instead of war. The sky rumbled, but the storm above me felt different. Now I lifted my face to the wind and felt the world shifting slightly, like it was listening. And in that moment I knew that the rhythm inside me was not mine alone. It belonged to every soul longing for peace, for healing, for a reason to believe again. The mantra repeated once more, low and unshaken: love instead of war. I whispered it into the air, hoping it would carry over rooftops, through broken windows, into the hearts that had forgotten how to dream. As dawn began to rise, thin light touched the edges of the city, revealing the ruins but also revealing the survivors. People stepped out from their doors, slow and uncertain, like flowers discovering sunlight after a long winter. I felt the rhythm grow fuller, spreading through the streets, pulling us together. And I realized that this was the beginning of something powerful, not the end of conflict, but the start of remembering who we are when fear does not own us. The mantra echoed one final time as the sun climbs higher, wrapping the world in a gentle golden glow. Love instead of war, promise, a reminder, a seed planted deep in the heart of a broken world. And as I walked into the rising light, I knew that even if the world shook again, the rhythm would remain. And every time it returned, it would bring with it the same unbreakable truth: